UFC, what is it, 232? It's coming to the hood. The Forum. About 2 miles from my house. Oh, that's ULC. That's not UFC. Those are the valets and shit. But I'm actually going to stream this shit tonight. I got the kids tonight. I'll be home. I'm going to watch Alabama, Oklahoma. And as soon as that shit in, hopefully I make it in time to watch Amanda Nunes. So this is what the scene looks like. So you guys can see what it looks like leading into the... I fucking made a mistake. I forgot this shit was happening. And I made a right on this street, which I shouldn't have. But, you know, I should have took Crenshaw. Or I should have went down to La Brea to cut to Manchester. But this is what the scene looks like. Hopefully they sell out. Because I heard, you guys put it in the comment section to let me know. I heard that they're bringing 21 fights. They leave in Las Vegas. Someone told me that, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I'm going to start, if they having 21 fights in Los Angeles, expect me to figure out how to get credentialing for UFC. And I'm going to have someone cover. I don't personally want to go to the fights and cover it, but if I have to, I will. Because when you own a business or run a business, you got to be everything to it. It's publicists, it's workers, it's employees, the boss, payroll. So I know nothing about, so I would go on YouTube and learn what all the holds are, and I would call it novice UFC barbershop conversation. So I would just break down the action in the ring in terms of its intensity and whatever it is. But this is what the scene looks like. We on Pin K. Everybody know what Pin K is. Pin K is like the throughway to cut through traffic in the hood. You know what I mean? So this is what it is. It's gonna be jumping tonight, man. John Jones is fighting, right? I would have loved to see a John Jones fight, but we all know he's a drug cheat. You know what I mean? I would, but he kind of screwed off his career by being a drug cheat. But then the second question is, would he have been as great by not being a drug cheat? But this is the Fabulous Forum, where I don't know if you guys know the story about this, but they bought, was it $16 million? If I'm not mistaken, Jerry Buss and his partners brought the Forum and the Lakers for $16 million, I believe. He had 4 business partners total in the 70s or early 80s or somewhere in there. And this is where Magic Johnson made his home. You know, it's been remodeled. Madison Square Garden, I believe, owns the Forum now, and this is where it's at. So feel free to add in the details as I relay it to you guys. But another cool fact, my business partner is next door neighbors to the Buss family. How funny is that, right? So I don't see them. Oh, tonight, sold out. Jones, Gustafsson, 2, Cyborg, Nunez, tonight, sold out. So this is what it looks like. And UFC got black fans too. We got black people going in to watch the early fights, and it's filling in. But I figured, since I cover boxing, combat sports, since I cover combat sports, since this is a UFC event, but I'm on Manchester and Prairie, the Inglewood Cemetery. Ray Charles is buried here, if I'm not mistaken. And this is where Magic and Kareem and James Worthy, this is where Magic threw all his no-look passes, right here at the Fabulous Forum, in the heart of Inglewood. In 3 years, this will be unrecognizable. Inglewood will look like downtown LA. So we got the Hollywood Park and Casino. The horses don't race here any longer, but I'm glad UFC is coming to Los Angeles. So that's gonna be big for us. So that just, if UFC is coming with 21 events, that basically fills up the calendar for combat. It's going to be a combat sport big weekend every weekend, you know, because PBC, between, if you just put PBC and UFC together, that's probably 45 weekends out the year, you know what I mean, in terms of quality fights, in terms of, no, I'll say this because we all have a difference of opinion, in terms of quality names, like name identification, popularity. You know, whether it's a good fight, you know, it's a good fight. We don't know that, but you know, it's just cool to have. So, what else is historic about this area? This is the Inglewood Cemetery. You want to know a fun fact about me? This is where I run in the morning by Inglewood Cemetery. It's like a 4.5 round trip to the Fabulous Forum to my house. It's a 4.5 mile round trip. And whenever I get to the cemetery, I sing the song as loud as I can because I know they can't hear me. So I do that shit. And if you guys, Blue Laces 2 on Nipsey Hussle's album, that was a Centinela hospital where he dropped the guy off at the shootout on the beach. That on Florence and Centinela, that's where that took place. He dropped him off, and then he gave him his cell phone and all that shit. But the hospital is not there any longer. So this is Inglewood Cemetery. And so, anyways, man, I don't want y'all to know where I live, so I'm about to cut this shit off. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations. It's gonna be lit tonight. And Nipsey Hussle. This is where Nipsey Hussle grew up at. I'm gonna take you by his. Matter of fact, I'll keep it on for one more second because I'll take you. I'm gonna drive exactly where he used to hang out at, and he still hangs out. I just saw Nipsey on his motor scooter on 4th Ave. The reason why I knew it was him because of his Rolls Royce. He has a convertible Rolls Royce, and he was on 4th Ave and like 60th. He says that's where his granny stays. I don't know, but he was over there with his homeboys, and they were on scooters like Meek Mills. I didn't see him, but whenever I see that type of environment, I assume that he was there. So, so that's basically it, man. So it's gonna be lit tonight, and I'll take you by Nipsey Hussle's old neighborhood. Matter of fact, I'll drive by his store since we got a lot of hip hop heads. So we'll stay with this video, and I'll take you by Nipsey Hussle's store so y'all can see it. He'll have his truck there. He has a Brinks truck. It's called the All Money In truck. I drive by it every day. That's why. Now I don't know him personally. I've only met him one time, and that's basically it. So I'll drive by his store really quick so y'all can see it. I'm not gonna stop the video so I can just upload it all at one time. But this is where he hung out at. This is Nipsey Hussle's old neighborhood. And for those of you who don't know LA, this is where the 60s hang out. Rolling 60s. Nipsey talks about it all the time in his songs. This is their neighborhood. And I be running through this neighborhood 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, which is kind of, some may say it's dumb, but you know. And Hyde Park is where all the, Hyde Park is like the throughway. You know, it's like if you don't want to go through Slauson, you take Hyde Park. You know what I mean? It's like the cutoff between LA and Inglewood, per se. You know, one side of the street is Inglewood, the other side of the street is Los Angeles. So I'm giving you guys a tour. I'm like your tour guide. Hood tour guides. Hood tours. That's what it is. So, Jackson Limousine is to the left. He just passed away like a year and a half ago. His company and his family has the largest turkey drive probably in America by one single man. I'm surprised the limousines aren't out here, but Jackson Limousine, I mean, it's ginormous. Oh, it's up here. You see the limousines. Jackson Limousine, they do a lot of the funerals and stuff. This is Jackson Limousines right here. You guys have probably seen it all throughout the hood, all throughout. And so the funny part is, now I'm on Slauson and West. As soon as you pass Slauson and West, homes go for like $700,000-$800,000. On this side of Florence, $400,000 and $500,000. How ironic, you know what I mean? So it's pretty ironic. But since I'm running, I'm gonna take you, and I'm gonna take you by the check cash. I'm gonna check cashing place where he said he used to slang his t-shirts and slang drugs. Remember in the song at the Knicks check cashing place? Well, it's right across the street from his store, and I'll show you. So this is Slauson. I'm about to take you by, is it Woody's? Woody's Barbecue. All my niggas stand up. Woody's Barbecue. What it do? Slauson Donuts. What y'all know about sauce and donuts? So I got till 4:30. I gotta meet my handyman at 4:30. It's Saturday. It's payday for him, so I gotta pay him. And Woody's Barbecue. What y'all know about Woody's Barbecue? All my Woody Barbecue Kings, stand up. And then we already know about the Fish House. If you grew up in LA, you know all about this corridor right here. Because what we got next, what we got next is Master Burger and the All Money in Brinks truck. So this is what it looks like. This is Nipsey Hussle's store. I'm gonna drive by it on the opposite side so y'all can see it. So y'all can see it coming in. So this is it. Come on. So that used to be Nick's check cashing store across the street. Is it still? Oh, it's West. No, it's just called check cashing. And that's where he said he used to sling his drugs and shit like that. And this is the blackest corner in LA. Crenshaw and Slauson and King and Crenshaw. And Slauson and Crenshaw is like the blackest corner in LA. You know what I mean? Where if you need it's like the marketplace. If you need your fake Rolexes, you need your fake Gucci bags, Louis Vuitton bags, you need your shirts for the concerts that was here a week ago, you can find them here. If you need like your whatever you need, you can find on this corner. You just got to know the right people. So this is it. So I'm giving you guys a tour of my hood, you know, and to keep it really G100 with you guys, I purposely moved to this neighborhood to raise my kids. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously I live in the better part of it, but I wanted to come down the hill, right? Or come up a hill and be able to touch black people. Like I could have moved to the valley. I could have moved to Calabasas, you know what I mean? And stayed with all the rich white people. I could have did that shit. But this is the Marathon store right here. This is what it looks like from the outside. So that's what it looks like, the Marathon store. Everything in there is electronic, and that's his All Money in Brinks truck. And that's what it looks like. So that's the, so when you see those Crenshaw shirts and stuff, this is where they get it from. I believe he has a patent on that shit. So that's what it is. So this is Nipsey Hussle's hood. And you have just episode 2. I gave you guys a tour of Beverly Hills when I was going to Fox Studio. So this time I gave you guys a tour of the hood. And it's funny. So this is the check cash, but it used to be Nick's check cashing. Is this one Nick's or that one Nick's? I think that one used to be Nick's. I'm sure my boy Tyron will correct me. I think that was Nick's right there, or there's 2 check cashing places right next to each other. So anyways, man, this is the hood. This is where I live. This is where I reside. And now when I make a right, literally make a right, that side of the street, the houses are $400,000. You think I'm lying? I'm gonna show you guys. See, $400,000. I make a right, just 1 block. Look, $700,000 home. All these homes, the lowest price is $700,000. No lie. I can't make this shit up. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. UFC tonight, Nipsey Hussle's old hood. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.